Okay, the time has come for us to stitch our tiling seams together. I laid everything out, and I'm going to work in groups of 4. So I'm going to start right down here. This is the thread I'm using. It's just a variegated 2D. It is color number, in case you want to use it too, color number 24. And my bobbin, I'm just using my pre-wound embroidery bobbin. I used to only use those for embroidery, and lately I'm like, who cares? Just a 60 weight polyester thread, so I'm just going to leave it in there. So what I'm going to do right now, because I want to sew these together on the long end, is I'm going to pair these up. So I'm going to pair those 2 up, these 2, and I'm just going to stack them, and I always pair them like this, where I'm going to be sewing on the right hand side. So let's go ahead and pair all of these, and then we'll come back and we'll sew those sets to the sets next to them. Now I'm also going to get my iron and a pressing bar so we can press these open once we've stitched them. I have already taken my stabilizer off, and I leave what's in the middle. Okay, so we are stacked and ready to go. I'm going to sew these all together, and then we'll press them. I'm going to turn on my iron, and let's go to the machine. Okay, so I'm going to go into sewing, and I'm just going to do a straight center stitch. And I am a dual feet girl all the way. So I'm going to use this, my digital dual feed foot. And as far as a foot, I don't know, maybe open toe will be the best. Let's try open toe. We'll just see how it goes. So you can see where you're stitching. Let's go ahead and put this on. I made bad choices last night. So a lot of times I say no to fun. So if there's a party or something, I don't go. Because it's hard to get me to go out. But on the flip side, once I do go out, I don't want to come home. I was out till 2:30 in the morning. So, okay. Also, don't forget to plug it in the back. I'd say 20 to 25% of the time I forget to plug it in. Yes, I know, that's ridiculous. This is going to be a 1/2 inch seam allowance. So I'm going to do a couple of things. Number one, I'm going to use this because I like having a physical guide. And this is 0, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch. So I'm going to just put it on here so I can guide my fabric. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to be watching carefully just to make sure that I might just like stitch just to the inside of that red line. And let's go ahead and thread it up because maybe I won't even be using this and I'll just be focusing on stitching just a stitch inside of the red line. Where did I put my thread? The perfect thread. Oh, put it here on top of my machine. So, and like I said, I just have a white pre-wound bobbin in there. Here we go. I'm going to match these up on the side. And I don't pin or clip just because the fabric's really thick in some spots. And let's get stitching. I'm going to just move my filming arm a little bit so I can see a little bit better. I'm just matching this up right now just to make sure my edges. Okay. And then my needle drop. I'm going to take my needle drop and I'm going to move it to the left. So here's your LR shift. Up button will move your needle to the right. Down button will move it to the left. I moved it 2 clicks. One might be enough, but maybe I'll just do 2 clicks on everything and I'll be consistent. And let's see how it looks. The other thing is you could kind of flip it up a little bit and just make sure everything looks lined up. It looks really good. Take your time. You worked really hard to get to this point. At the same time, don't be so committed to your, don't be so committed that you're not willing to rip something out. I'd say some of mine, I pull out maybe, I'm going to back stitch too. I will, I'm going to do one more click to the left. Oh, that looks good. Sometimes, oh, that's right on the stitch, huh? I feel like I need to do one more click. So I'm at 2.5. Hang on, because look at this. I don't like this, so I'm sewing it together, and now I'm off kilter on top and bottom, and I'm just going to rip it out. Okay, hang on. Oh, so guess what? I wasn't recording that whole time. This is my 3rd set. This is like watching the grass grow, right? But I'm just watching and making sure that needle is going in just to the left of my, of the red outline. You want to encase that. And then I'm going to check it and see how well we did matching up. And that looks pretty good. Like, look right here. Once we press it out, it's going to be amazing. So that one's a good one. Okay. So I have 4 sets. I did take my stitch length down to 2.0. My LR shift is set to, so here is my stitch length. Here is my LR shift, 2.50. So you're going to grab your next set. I don't know what happened, but I had paused it and I wasn't recording. And then I said to myself, I wonder if I hit record again, and I hadn't. Okay, so match up that edge that we're sewing down. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to back stitch. And just to the left. I'm going to slow my speed down to medium, so no matter how hard I push, I won't go any faster than that. And I am doing a combination of my magnetic guide and watching that needle just go to the very left. And then we're going to check it, and if it looks good, we're going to go on to the next set. And I'm just going to sew right off. How'd we do on this one? Looks great. Here's my outline stitch too. Oh, and lots of dog hair. But you can see, like, that is perfect. Perfect. All right. These are important blocks because these have to be matched up perfectly. Those little legs. So let's go ahead and just expect to have to rip some of these out. There's going to be a certain number that just aren't going to match, and you're going to have to rip them out and do it over again. And if you're prepared for that, then you're not going to be too sad, right? You're like, oh, okay, there's a certain number that I'm just going to have to rip out. It's just part of doing a tiling seam. I'm going to check this side, make sure we're matched. And actually I'm going to cut because it feels like it might have pushed down, and I don't want to do, see how it's hard for you to see, but I'm not matched up. It's too high. I don't know how it got pushed down, but it did. And yeah, see how off kilter it is? Rip it. Oh my goodness. I am so tired right now, but I just don't want today to be wasted, like sewing wasted. I got up this morning and I was so tired that I didn't walk the dogs when it was cool, because in Reno, like you gotta start walking before 9 during the summer. And later, I mean, in the hottest part of the summer, you've got to start walking at like 7, maybe, but you have to be finished walking by 8. Okay. So, whoops. I couldn't get up because I was so tired because I went to bed so late that I'm just matching everything up. That I missed that window. So, and the girls wanted to go hiking anyways. So we went up to Tahoe and we hiked on the Tahoe Rim Trail. And it was beautiful. And I was super surprised at how few, I'm going to go from the left at this point. Or you know what? I'm going to go from the right at this point. And I apologize that this might not be the best view for you. Let me see if I can turn my light on too. Make it a little brighter. How's that? That's better for me. It's like not able to see anything. Sometimes it causes a glare when we're sewing. Take your time. So I'm going to do a couple more of these, but I'm sewing just to the left of the red. Hopefully I did a good job matching. Let's see. Moment of truth. Oh yeah. Look at those legs. They're perfect. On his little butt. Perfect. Okay. Put those to the side. So just keep going. Just keep going. I think I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs. There's 32 tiles, so you're going to have to do 16 pairs. And then next time we're going to do groups of 8 blocks of 4. So, and then we'll do 8 blocks of 4, and then yeah. But for right now, just keep stitching. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm just sewing right. I'm going to cut that because it looks like it might not be even at this end. And before I commit to the whole thing, I want to open it up. Oh, looks pretty perfect right there. I think that looks great. So I'm going to do the rest of it. So you do not have to commit to the whole thing. I set my speed up so no matter how hard I press, I'm never going faster than that speed right there. Let's check it. And it looks amazing, okay? Because we're going to press it too. So it'll look great once we press it. All right. Keep going. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. I'm going to have to call Patrick. Yes, Momo. Let's open it up. And what you're seeing is I'm sewing just to the left of the red. It should encase the seam. Oh, God, that is so perfect. Okay, that looks good. Next. Just going to match up the long side. This makes my eyes a little crazy trying to look at my red stripe through here, but I'm just going to go with it. This I'm sewing right on the very edge of the paper. That should be right to the left of the red stitch. So what's really important here is you go nice and slow and you just take your time. Oh yeah, that looks great. Next set. Okay, we're off to a little bit of a slow start, but maybe I'm in the groove. In the groove. Ooh. I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, we're going to go with it. Start with the needle in the fabric. You know what I mean? Like, don't start pushing on the edges because you don't want it to, you don't want to push the top piece so it's uneven from the bottom piece. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, you're looking like spots like this too. It'll make it like really easy for you to see. Good. Keep going. I'd say I'm probably about halfway through. Hi, Momo. What do you need? You hungry? Oh, look it. It's dinner time for you, isn't it? It's dinner time. Your belly hurts? You need a little food? Okay, let me open this one up. Fantastic. Looks perfect. How many more sets do I have? I have one. Let me do two more. I'm going to do it, and then when Momo complains again, I'm going to go upstairs and feed him. This morning I was so tired, so we always call it make it special. So when we feed the dogs, we actually give them, it's kind of like Farmer's Dog, but it's a Reno company. It's called Good Pup. And if you're from Reno, you should get it for your dog. It's so much better because we did Farmer's Dog. It's so much better than that. feel like it is not as soupy as that stuff. But anyways, we put 2 tablespoons of topper in with their kibble. And this morning I was so tired, I was like, I'm just putting kibble in the bowl. And I dumped kibble in their bowl, and they both looked at their kibble without something special in it and looked at me like, are you kidding me? Yeah, they weren't taking that. Looks great. So then I got out I made it special. Yeah, I got out the Good Pup. Uh-oh. Do you see this? Can I live with it? No. It's too far over for me. I don't like that. I don't like it. The tree, see, the tree is too far to the right, and it's mostly that white line. I don't like it, so guess what? It's getting ripped out. That's okay. This just shows you, if you want it to look good, there might be some pain involved in just having to restitch it. There are times where I'm like, you know what? I can live with it. And I would have just left it, but I don't know. I didn't like it. I did not like that. We're going to give it another go. Oops. The other thing I can do is I can fold it back right there before I even start stitching. Like this. Now you need a little light. I can go, okay, where does it need to go? Right there. You know, I can line it up just like this and then push it down in the back. I could do this. Good, that is lined up. Flip it over. And I can just peek in here. Is that lined up? Yeah, that's lined up. Whoop. Sorry, didn't give you the best view just then. Okay, that's what I like. So for me, it was worth it to have that line up. I know the rest of it will be looking better too. I think I have 3 more sets. Maybe I need to move that over just a smidge. Like, I moved it over such a smidge. Like, it was the smidge of smidges. Okay. Start with your needle in your fabric so it doesn't get pushed. The top doesn't get pushed. Oh yeah, that looks great. Here's my door. Do you see my door looks great? Okay, 2 more. Yeah, we did it. That wasn't bad, right? I feel like we'll have this put together in a jiffy. It's been 26 minutes since I started filming. Let me see, what do we have here? Yeah, there's nothing that matches too much. Like no parts of the house. It's just like, I feel like lake under the snow under the house. Okay, let's put this down. Looks great. Yep. Pleased with that one. Last one. And then we're going to press. And then we're going to sew the 2s together. And then we'll sew the 4s together. And then we'll sew the 8s together. Light fingers, light hands. Let the feed dogs do the work for you, and you're just going to guide a little bit. Let's see how this one looks. Yeah, that roof looks great. Windows look perfect. Done. Okay, let's go ahead and press these. I'm going to get my pressing bar. Okay, we're going to press now. I have 2 quilt bars here. This one is, the thing I love about this one is the length. I think it's 17 inches. It's pretty basic. There's a piece of wood under here, and this is made by Maywoods. And I love the price because I think it's less than $20. Now, then I have this one, and this one is made by, I think the company is called You and Me, and You is spelled like a sheep, E-W-E, You and Me. And what I love about this one is I think it's a little more higher quality, but it's much more expensive. I think it's $32.99. It could have gone up, but it has this wooden block here, and you can kind of use that as a clapper. So this one to me is like a 2-in-1, which is really, really nice. So we'll use this as the blocks get bigger, and we'll use this one to start. Thought I had my iron on. And let me grab, and I am going to use best press with these. So here's my best press. Another thing that I've seen them suggest is using the point and press, or the perfect point and press. Hang on, let me do this. And you can, as you're doing these, kind of open them up. Take your the ball point end and just kind of run it here. It might be a little easier on your fingers. So, but I like to take it, put it up here. I'm going to open this up, kind of give it a press in the seam. And I will use the tip of my iron. Let me bring this back here. That little triangle part, and I'll just kind of press it in there. Kind of spread it with my fingers and press it in there. And I'm going to use a clapper on top. So good to have another clapper. Or we could see how nice and opened up that is. That's how you want it to be. So we could use this one, press it on here, and then use the back of this. What the clapper does, it's going to trap the heat and then make that seam lay even flatter. And you want to do it with every single seam. I'll like trap it in between the wood and the wool mat. And look how good that looks. Okay, we're going to do each one. So let's get to it. That wasn't that bad. Did we take out 2 or 3? I can't remember. And believe me, it's so much easier to do this with one piece of heavyweight tearaway as opposed to 2. So I'm just super excited about that. Not having to use 2 pieces of heavyweight, and then it came out so great. Even the heaviest block, or the one with the biggest stitch count. There was one, I think, that had 67,000. There were a couple that were in the 40,000s, and they all look great. Trap that heat, set that seam. I mean, it is so flat. See that? So flat. All right, next one. I'm going to just give it a light press. Then we'll spray it and we'll give it one more press. Like, what you don't want to do is do that final outline stitch on the top with, let's say, a red. Because if you don't sew just inside that stitch, that red is going to show on the top. Oh, look at how good that looks. You know what would be nice if they gave you the option of doing 5x7, or they had bigger tiles, you know? I think that would be great if they had bigger tiles so that you didn't have to do as many hoopings. You just went up in size in your hoop. So what if they did, like, you know, 32 in the 5x7, or they could do 16 or 12 or 18 in the 6x10, and then 12 of them in the 8x12. You know what I mean? I'm really not sure why they don't give you other options. I wonder if it's because the stitches are heavy and they distort if you do it bigger. Just guessing. Or they've just always done the 5x7, so they're leaving it. Yeah, that looks great. So I just pressed it open. I'm going to give it a shot of best press. Press it one more time. Whoops. Oh, God, I hope that doesn't break. Those are my favorite spray bottles. The Mrs. Bobbins, but they don't make them anymore. And know that spray bottles go bad. They all go bad. Okay, let me get my spray bottle. We're going to spray that with some best press. Press it one more time and clapper. And just so you don't have to sit here and watch this all, because that's boring, I'm going to pause the video. I will finish my pressing, and then we'll go on to the next step, which is to sew all my twos together. All right. So here's the press. Here's the clapper. And then this set is done. Okay, see you back here. And we got to look at it though, right? Oh my God. It's so perfect. Don't know what this thread is. Oh, we'll have to clip him later. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, all my twos are pressed and ready to go. So now I have to get them in their pairs. So that's 4, 3. This is 2, and this should be 1. Okay, so now I'm going to sew these two together. So I'm going to match them up. I know I'm going to sew on my right-hand side. I'm just going to put it at my machine. And then these two, right? And so on and so forth. This should be the next row. 12 and 16, 11 and 15, 10 and 4, and 10 and 4, and 9 and 13. So this is a set, folded over, I'm sewing on the right. And this is a set, folded over, I'm sewing on the right. Okay. Now I have this one, this one. Yes, they're all still in order, like that. These two, and then I should have the bottom 2. So this one, this one, this one, and this. So these two go together. And these two go together. And now we're going to go to the machine. Again, I'm not clipping. I'm just going to go ahead. And I like to start by sewing right here. And then once that's done, then I'll sew from the top to the bottom. Okay? Because what I don't like is sewing from here and getting to here and it's not right. And then I have to undo it. So I'm always going to match this center seam. And I usually take it and just fold it back. And then just pull it down and that should match. I'm going to look at it this way too. I have to hold it up to my eye, so I'm coming behind the camera because I can't see it quite well there. Okay, I'm going to just sew this together, and then once that looks good, then I will go ahead and I want to just one stitch to the left. And then also top and bottom. Let's look at it. And if it looks good. Oh, too high. I'm too high. Take it out. Too high, too high. There we go. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. I know you don't like that sound, huh? I think I'm too high again. Oh, well, can you live with it, right? Looks like maybe a 1/16 of an inch too high. But look, it is knocking this off. And let's see if the roof would be off too. Roof looks like it might be okay. So, too high. I'm going to do it one more time. One more time. Let me pull out these threads this time so they don't get all sewn in. Why is it too high? Let's see. I think that looks good. Yeah. Let's try it again. Hi, Poppy. Am I threaded? Can't even tell. Getting that really weird loop. I don't even think I was threaded. Yeah. That looks pretty perfect. Yeah, see, the snow's perfect and this seam is perfect. It was worth it. I know I had to rip it out twice, but now I'm ready to go from top to bottom, okay? So here we go. And I'm just focusing on stitching just to the left of the red line. Okay, we're going to check it out now that we sewed the whole thing together and just make sure we can live with it. And yeah, I think it looks great. Okay, one done. I think there's 8 of them. Here we go. Let's see what we get. I think it's so funny because the girls have been here and they are constantly going low-key, high-key. Like, low-key creepy is like a little creepy. High-key creepy is like really creepy. So I just keep hearing them like go low-key, high-key, which cracks me up. Okay. I think that looks pretty perfect. I think we're good. I'm going to go ahead and sew it. So do that center seam, and then if it looks good, then you're going to do the whole thing. I'm going to sew over this one more time. I'm going to match up this side. Looks good. And I think that looks great. There's the roof. I don't know what other things we can match up. The snow down here, everything looks great. Okay, the 2 down, 6 to go. Where's the seam? We'll bring that up first. We'll match these. And then we're going to sew across here first. How'd it go? Oh, perfect. Yeah, I think that's going to be great. So, like I said, start with the middle, open it up. If it looks good, then commit to the whole thing. Otherwise, don't. I just wouldn't start from the very, very top, because if it's not perfect, you're just ripping it all out, right? So, commit to part of it, check it, and if it looks good, then you're going to do the whole thing. Take your time. Faster you go, the more mistakes you're going to make. Haste makes waste. Let's look at that leg there. Ooh, when he presses out, he's going to be perfect. And the red tie is going to look awesome. Let's keep going. Here we go. Sewing right on the edge of the paper, because the stitch is right to the right of that. Ooh, that looks great. I just keep thinking of it because normally I'm using Deco Bob, which is 80 weight. And so my seam is so much thinner than when I use 2D or confetti or a regular 40 or 50 weight thread to sew with. Just feels so much bulkier to me. Okay, let's check it out. Oh yeah, looking good. Love it. All right, next 2. I have 2, this set, 2, 3 more sets. Okay, it's thick here. If your needle breaks, like, change to a bigger one. Go 90-14. You know what I mean? I think I still have just like a 75-11. So it pushed a little, like a 1/16 of an inch down. I'm going to live with it. I'm living with it. I'm living with it. Girls, do you hear them? Girls are so cute. Girls are so much fun. Here we go again. Okay, I'm gonna take this all the way down. Okay, let's see how it looks here. Oh, I was worried it was going to push it down a little bit, but it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Okay. 2 more sets. And then we're going to press, and then we are going to press, clapper, and then we'll sew the last set to, these are sets of 4, which we'll make into sets of 8. Oh, we want to do this first. We're always going to do the center first. I think that looks good. Okay. Commit. 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 Okay. This is a skew. Just make it nice and straight. Let's see how we did. Center seam and the Christmas tree, and that looks good. Oh my God. What? Oh, I have more sets than I thought. And then I thought I had 3 tiles left, and I was like, wait a minute. I should at least have 4. But I did have 4. Just wasn't. Do you ever look at your kid's life and go, oh my God, they live the life? My kids live the life. So different from how I grew up. Awesome. Looks good. I'm committed. My dogs are menacing the neighborhood right now. I can hear them out there barking. I'm gonna have to go get them. Okay, make sure it matches down at the bottom as well. At this point, I'm not even using my magnetic guide. I'm just sewing nice and slow. Should probably use it. Oop. Yeah. Looks good. Okay. Now this is truly the last set. Oh, ready? Center first. Center first, because if you have to rip out, we just want to rip out the center and not the entire thing. Where is that? Oh, it's a little, like, do you see that? I'd say it's a little tiny bit off, but I'm just going to go with it. And I have my speed control set up, so no matter how hard I press on my foot control, it's not going to go any faster than how you see it sewing right now, because I do want to take my time. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so now I have my 8 sets of 4, which makes sense. 8 times 4 is 32. And we are going to come over here and let's go ahead and press. Oops. Here we go. Press, press, press. So, gonna go ahead and you could just, it kind of softens up the fabric if you just heat it. Let's soften it up. Let's open it up. Those humpy humps are going to be the hardest part, like right here, but just spread it open. And the more stitches, the harder it's going to be. So press once just on its own and spray it with Best Press and press again. All right, there's my top right. Oh, this isn't my top left, but oh well, I'm just going to press it out anyways. I'm going to press it once without any Best Press just to kind of get it going. And we'll go ahead and give it spray a Best Press. And clapper. This is 1, 2, 5, 6, and then this is the block that goes right below it. Where is my 1, 2? And like, see this thing? Sometimes I'll beat that down. I'm not afraid to beat it. When I learned I could like clapper or something to make it even flatter, I was like, really? Wow. Hey, you can beat your fabric. There's that next grouping. Really cute. And then I have to layer, stitch in the ditch, and bind. I don't know if I'll get to that today because I do have some stuff I need to do for the website. But layering, stitching in the ditch, and binding. Okay. Press it open. Now I'm going to spray some Best Press. I'm going to press it again. And then I'm going to clapper. And you can tell, the more time and energy you put into the finishing, the better it's going to look. If you don't do any of the pressing, any of the clappering, like you see it, that just doesn't look as good and doesn't lay as flat. Here we go. And then once we have our groups of 4, then we're going to sew together our groups of 8. I want to beat that seam down in the middle. I just took that over to my table and I just beat that center seam. I was like, oh yeah? You want to stick up? I'm going to beat you down. Okay, here we go. There. Beautiful. Why use a pressing bar? Because it makes that center seam kind of open up. It pushes it kind of up towards you. And so should make it so the fabric kind of falls to the side left and right and pushes that seam up. Which lets you get to it a little more easier and hopefully makes it lay even flatter. I love these. The blocks down on the bottom, the little village. They're so cute. Okay, let's do this one. I don't think I've ever done a tiling scene where I've done all the blocks right. This is the first one. Yep. I usually have, 2 or 3 or 4 blocks that I mess up. I mean, look at the Thomas Kincaid. I can't even find 2 of them. I might break down and stitch them again. Because I want to finish that one. Because I'm a finisher. All right, done. Now we're going to sew. I like sewing the long side first and then the short side. So we have, I might as well do maybe this down here. Nope, those don't go together. Where are my other bottom ones? Here are, do they go like this? Yes. Okay. So this one goes with that. So I'm going to sew the long side together. So I'm going to sew this side, that side, and then these two. So these two go together like this. And I always lay them down so I sew on the right-hand side. And then these two go together like that. I'm going to lay it down and then I'll sew on the right. And I just stack them up and put them by my machine. I don't even look at them again because as long as I laid them down right, they should go together right. Right? Right. Okay. And then these two. Okay. So I'm going to sew these two together on the long side over here. I'm going to sew these two together on the long side over here. And then we'll sew top to bottom. All right, here we go. Here we go. I'm going to put this over here because it's easier for me to sew. And I know you don't get the best angle, but it's better for me than having the camera right in front of me. So I'm going to go ahead and line up these two first. So I can see my center seam, one on top of the other. I'm going to just slide it up. And I'm going to sew these two together first. And let's hope that center seam is lined up. And again, this is thick. Let's open it up and see how we did. And it looks amazing. Okay. So I'm going to sew from the very top all the way down to the bottom. Looks great. Open it up, check it. Next set. So there's 4 sets. So I'm going to look at this seam right here. I'm going to match it, and then I'm going to kind of scoot it up. That should be right. We're going to sew this one first. And if it looks good, then we'll sew from top to bottom. And it looks great. So now we're going to sew from top to bottom. One stitch to the left, just to the left of the red outline stitch. Encase it. You want to encase it. You're encasing whatever color thread is the opposite of the red on the front. So for the most part, I did that navy blue 3554. So and how does it look? Oh, looks good. Okay, 2 more. Line up that center seam, scoot it up. We're going to sew this part right here first. And then if that looks good, then we'll sew from top to bottom. Looks great. Sometimes when I do these, I feel like I just got to warm up a little bit. You know, that as I go, I'm just more and more accurate. But maybe not. Is my hand in the way? Sorry. Looks pretty amazing. I think that looks fantastic. One more set. One more set. Here we go. Check your join. And I think I'm a little off, but I think it's still pretty good. So I'm going to start from the top and go down. Okay, and then let's check it, because maybe we can't live with it. But, yeah, it looks pretty great. Okay, time to press. And now we have 2 more seams, because we're going to sew the top half together, and then we'll sew the bottom half together, and then we'll sew, well, the two halves of the top we're going to sew together, and the two halves of the bottom we're going to sew together. And then we'll sew the entire top to the entire bottom. Sorry if I'm hitting this arm. It's in between me and the ironing. Okay, so here is the bottom right quadrant. This looks like bottom left. I like to do the long sides first, and then we'll do the short side. Here we go. Go. If I could swing this up and down, make it a little bit. There we go. Nope. Hang on. Sorry. Just trying to adjust my filming arm and my lighting. Okay, bottom left. We're going to do the top two sections. And we're going to sew those together. So we're almost done sewing it all together. And I'm slow. I really do, like, this is it. Like, you worked really hard to get to this point. So you want to take your time and just make sure it looks great. And then you could frame this too. This is something that could go into a frame if you wanted, instead of binding and hanging. Okay, I'm going to spray it. Let's go ahead and give it a shot of spray. And then we're going to come back and press it one more time, and we're going to clapper, because clapper is always going to give you a better result. Here we go. And this is such a great clapper because it's like nice and long, so you can cover a long area. And just I kind of follow my iron down. Okay, what was this? This is top left. Is that like so cute with the Christmas tree coming out of the back of the sleigh with the presents? Are you guys getting in the mood for Christmas? It always like surprises me how quickly it comes. I'm almost ready to be in the Christmas mode and skip right over Halloween. but I know so many of you love Halloween. I think it's Michelle's favorite. Graydon was born on Halloween, so of course she loves it. I love Halloween too. I have good memories of Halloween with my kids. We had so many good times. You can always force your fingernail in there. This one's going to be a little tougher. This is the thickest one. Okay, I'm just warning you right now. Your needle might not want to go through this. This is pretty thick. So press it the best you can. I actually might take it and beat it. This is easy right here. And that might be the best I can do in terms of getting it to lay nice and flat. That might be it. Okay, I'm going to press it. But I'm a little worried about sewing this down. It is really, really thick there in the center. So when we stitch in the ditch, you're going to have to be careful. Okay, this is the top right. So here's the top left and the top right, and I'm going to sew it together right here. I'm going to match this seam first, and I'm sewing it together on the right-hand side. Put this over by my machine. And then here is the bottom left and the bottom right. I'm going to flip this over the top, and I'm going to sew these together. So let's come on over the machine. Yeah, I end up making such a huge mess over here. Here we go. Get rid of this, and I'm going to match the very center seam up first. Center seam, center seam. We're going to sew that together. And we're just going to hope the other seams fall in place. They might not be perfect. Here we go. Center seam, center seam. Here we go. And it's thick, so the machine might want to push the top fabric down. I gotta tell you, the Avenir is strong. I think that's going to be perfect, so I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom. I just have a good feeling about it. And this might not be totally straight. It's fabric. It's malleable. You make it go where you want it to go. Okay? You're in charge, not your fabric. Oh, that was getting caught. Sorry, is my arm in the way? Hopefully not. Just kind of need a little bit holding to the back. Okay. Hopefully that's going to look awesome because I went all the way down to the bottom, right? So if it's not awesome, I'm going to have to rip out. Ooh, those two, and we're looking here and here. Spectacular, spectacular. Okay, let's go from the top. I'm going to peek under here too and make sure this one is nice and lined up, which it looks good. What's running out? Hang on. Oh, remove the embroidery. Oh, that was funny. My fabric was, it was telling me to remove the embroidery frame, but I didn't have an embroidery frame, but my fabric was sliding like right in here where the frame, where you would slide the frame in. And it looks amazing. All of the seams look amazing. So we're going to press this open. That is my entire top. And then we're going to sew the top. We're going to press that open, and then we'll sew the top to the bottom. Okay, I'm going to match this center up first. We're going to do that one first. I don't quite match there, but we're going to fudge it. Hello. Okay, here we go. Oh, sorry, I was stepping on the cord. Okay, I'm going to peek, because I don't know if that one was perfect. Oh yeah, looking good. So I'll go from the top down, and we'll try and match this one up the best we can. That looks pretty good right there. Came unthreaded, needle up. Let's rethread again. Okay, here we go. Not sure what that was for. Maybe my fabric was sliding in there again. I should really switch and put on my extension table and take off my embroidery table, but that's always a pain in the butt. So most of the time I just leave it on. Light fingers, light hands, unless you're trying to like really control this, which you need to in some situations. Okay, so now we're going to open it up. We're going to take a look. Oh, wow. It looks really, really good. This is a little bit high right here, but I'm just going to go with it. Like if you look right here, that's a little smidge high, but I think we're going to just go with it. Okay, time to press. Here we go. So now this is the bottom half right here, and it looks so gorgeous, right? If you got a tiling scene, I always tell myself, because sometimes I get overwhelmed at work, and you might get overwhelmed with your sewing projects. You just go, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, and just do a tile. and then do another tile, and maybe just shoot for doing 1 tile a day. And before you know it, you'll be you'll be done. So maybe that's your goal. And maybe you do like some of the easy ones. And with the easy ones where there aren't that many stitches, maybe you do like 3 or 4 a day. Sorry, hang on a second. Alrighty. So, how long did that take? I'm at 1 hour and 31 minutes, and there was a portion that I didn't film. So, it's probably, let's just call it conservatively, 2 hours to, well, it took me what? 1 hour to press and trim. And because then we have to layer. I have to find some kind of fabric in my stash where I can layer this. Okay, let's take a peek. Here's the bottom half. Looks pretty amazing, doesn't it? I gotta get rid of this thread. It's gonna drive me crazy. Okay, I just love this part. Just the little village at night. All right, let's press the top out, and then we're gonna sew the top to the bottom. Da, 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 na, 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 na. Okay, let's give it a little shot of spray, and we're going to press it again and use the clapper. Best press, here we go. Best press will help set your seam. So light spray starch. We'll do this portion, and then let's flip it, and we'll do the other portion. Go. Still drinking my coffee. All right. And here is the top. Okay, now we're going to sew the top half to the bottom half. We'll match this center seam first. All right, this is my center seam. So I'm going to match that center seam up first. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to sew that first. Let's check it. Moment of truth, or else we just rip it. Not a big deal. And it looks perfect. I know you can't see it that well because it's kind of shaded, but it looks perfect. I know. We work with what we have, which right now is like questionable everything. And I might do this seam right here. I might come in and do this one just to make sure nothing is moving around. I'm just going to open it and look at it on my lap. Ooh, I don't think that one matched. Nope. Too far to the left. We're going to rip it out. I could just like, whoops. Just pop it. Just like that. Let me try it this way. Okay. See, how did we do that time? Oh, still kind of, well, not too bad. I think I'm going to just go with that one. That one I can live with. I can live with that. Okay, let's do this top one. Yeah, that one looks really, really good. Okay, let's sew it all together. Da, 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 da. Here we go. I'm gonna move this over. Seems like this needs to be moved over. Gonna muscle it a little bit as you go. All right. Oh my goodness. Let's take a little peek. So here it is. And the last thing we need to do is give this center part a press. So let's come on back over here. I'm going to press it down, press it open. Can you believe it? We did it. We did it. You and I, we did it. Yes, if you were here, I would high five you. And then we should just layer it. I should just like suck it up and just finish it. Don't put it to the side, Jeannie, and go, oh, I'll just finish it later, because you know what's going to happen. Then I'm going to find something else I want to do more, because I hate finishing. Well, it's not that I hate finishing. I don't like binding, and I don't like the finishing, basically. And the girls are here, so I kind of want to like go upstairs and do dinner with them. Ooh, thick, thick, thick seam right here. Let's see what we can do to get it open. Okay, this one's here, so why don't we just press and clapper right down here first. Here we go, here we go. Oh, sorry. Where's my clapper? There it is. Where is it? Okay, let's flip it and do the other side. Okay, let's spray it. And some of those, like where there's this intersection of two seams, one going left to right and one going up and down, you may never be able to get it any flatter. Like you might not be able to open that thing up. So just don't worry about it, okay? Don't worry about it. Do your best, but don't worry about it. And you ready for the moment of truth? I'm going to turn it over. And here we go. And I know you're not seeing it in the right orientation, but it is adorable. It's absolutely adorable. I'm going to go ahead and layer it, and then we're going to stitch in the ditch. Be right back. All right, so I am layered. I found this pretty batik in my stash, which kind of reminded me of like swirling snow. And so I have my batting and my backing, and I am going to use smoke monopoly to stitch this together. So monopoly comes in two different colors. It does come with this little spool net, and you want to leave that on there. If your project leans more towards the light, I would use the clear. If it leans more towards the dark, I would use the monopoly. And overall, I think this, because I'm thinking this is more dark, or is it not? What do you think? Does it lean more towards light? So, I think I'm going to go for the smoke. So I'm going to do the smoke, and you want to work from the middle out. So we could work from, I'm going to work from here out, and then I will do the rest Or I could work from this center one and work out. But you want to, like I said, work from the middle out. Don't start here and like jump around. I guess you could work from one side and then go down, but I like to work from the middle out. Okay? So let's go over to the machine. I'm going to use my dual feed with my stitch in the ditch foot. So I'm going to wind a bobbin of this thread, this variegated thread, because I love it. Oh my God, sorry. Choking on something. So let's go ahead and wind a bobbin. I'm not going to need a ton because, why don't I need a ton? I'm just stitching in the ditch. So here, around, come on over to your bobbin and just wrap it 4 or 5 times. Put it in the cutter. Did you see any of that? Let's do it again. Because I still see people not doing this right. Give yourself about 10 inches with one hand. Hold it at the bobbin. Wrap around 4 or 5 times or 6 or 7. Put it in the cutter and pull it to the right. Bring this forward. On your screen, this is going to pop up, and I usually go at a medium speed. Start, or you can select your fill right here. A lot of times, I just select my speed, and when I feel like I have enough thread, I'm just going to push that back. I mean, that looks like funny. Lift it off. You can use that same cutter, okay? So, I'm going to go ahead and take this off. If you're using a spool, you need a spool cap. This is a spool. And you want the spool cap that's going to be bigger than the end. So, where's my thread? Sometimes even with my glasses on, I feel like I can't see. I don't know about you, but... So, you can take the spool net off. It's always optimal to have the thread come off the underside, and then you're going to take your spool net and put it on and make sure the thread is pulling out the other side. I'm going to go ahead and put this on here, put on my spool cap, and thread her up. I feel like most of the time my threader works with the monopoly, but every once in a while it doesn't. And it's nothing wrong with your machine. It's just monopoly is its own beast. Put that in here. Well, look at there. Thread it up. Okay, as far as the sole, we want to use our stitch in the ditch sole because that's going to make you feel like a magician. You're going to be like, oh my goodness, I'm the most amazing stitcher in the ditcher in the history of stitching and ditching. So let me go ahead. And now we are ready to grab our project. It's smaller. I didn't spray it. I'm just being honest with you. I usually spray all the layers, but I didn't this time. I think I'm going to start from the inside and go out left and right, and I'll flip it. So I'm going to go this way. And I just did my my backing and my binding, I'm sorry, my back piece and my batting piece. I did it about 1.5 inches, 2 inches bigger all the way around. So let me go ahead and get over here. I'm going to unplug this. It doesn't keep getting caught. And we are just going to start stitching in the ditch. I'm going to make my stitch length. Let's go to a 2.5 or 3. Let me go 3. And let's start. Oh, my needle position. I had made it go over to the left-hand side. If you want to get it just back to center, because remember I wanted it to be just a couple clicks to the left of that, the red stitch. And all you have to do is touch the stitch again and it'll go back to your defaults, unless you've programmed it for something else. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to go ahead. Now there's a couple sections that are going to be really like where 4 seams come together, where it might be a little bit thick. I'm feeling the back and just making sure everything is nice and smooth. And your eye should just be staying right on that flange. I gotta turn my speed up a little bit. There we go.